Surah 96, verse 15 to 16.
كلا لئن لم ينته لنسفعا بالناصية.
No, if he does not desist, we will surely drag him by the forelock.
ناصية كاذبة خاطئة.
A lying, sinning forelock.
Why did the Quran describe the front of the head as being lying and sinful? What is the relationship between the front of the head and lying and sinfulness? Let us analyze what is inside the skull in the forelock or the forehead. We will find the orbitofrontal or the prefrontal cortex of the cerebrum. What does physiology tell us about the function of this area? Top professors and doctors like Keith L. Moore, Michael Stone have confirmed recently that the frontal cerebrum is responsible for planning, motivating, and initiating good and evil behaviors and is responsible for telling lies and speaking truth.
Front part of the brain called the orbitofrontal cortex. That area is involved in moral decision making, in figuring out what's right versus what's wrong.
He's narrowed in on a part of the brain called the prefrontal cortex. One of its primary roles is moderating social behavior.
Here's a normal individual with good frontal lobe functioning. Here's an example of the 42 murderers we had. You can see a distinct lack of activation in that prefrontal cortex.
Thus, we see Holy Quran as the Word of God, and will be compatible till the Day of Judgment.
The human brain, made of approximately 100 billion neurons, with over 5 trillion chemical operations occurring every second, and signals being transferred at speeds of over 260 miles per hour. Our brain is rapidly analyzing and responding to all of the sights, sounds, and smells all around us. Now, because we are all born slaves to sin, our mind has been programmed to behave out of selfish desire. The way we think, dream, reason, and act are limited to the ways of this world.
إنني أنا الله لا إله إلا أنا فاعبدني وأقم الصلاة لذكري.
The central nervous system is your brain and spinal cord, the main control center. It's what decided to remove the spider and gave the order to your hand. Your peripheral nervous system is composed of all the nerves that branch off from the brain and spine that allow your central nervous system to communicate with the rest of your body. The sensory, or afferent division, is what picks up sensory stimuli, like, hey, there's an arachnid on you, and slings that information to the brain. Your motor, or efferent division, is the part that sends directions from your brain to the muscles and glands. The motor division also includes the somatic, or voluntary nervous system that rules your skeletal muscle movement, and the autonomic, or involuntary nervous system that keeps your heart beating and your lungs breathing and your stomach churning. Its sympathetic division mobilizes the body into action and gets it all fired up like, ah, spider! While the parasympathetic division relaxes the body and talks it down. Like,
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم.
The blood-brain barrier, its most striking structural feature, consists in endothelial cells, tightly joined by tight and gap junctions. These structures bind the cells side by side through several proteins, including connexins, claudin-5, and ZO1, thus maintaining the barrier's integrity. Pericytes cover about a third of the capillary surface, and surrounding glial cells, named astrocytes, support these capillaries with their foot processes. It is permeable only to some molecules, such as nutrients entering the brain, or waste products, hormones and excess neurotransmitters that leave the brain. Only a small number of drugs are able to translocate it.
بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان